Daryl here. The channel is Programming in Any Language. The supporting website is programminginanylanguage.com or black-duck.com. They both take you to the same place, and it's a place where you'll find the videos and PDFs of the code. The video is Inheritance Demo Part 2, Creating the Code Environment. In this video, we set up the base class, vehicle, and the derived classes, car, truck, and SUV. We also set up a vehicle structure for all the data and a vehicle list to store all that data. Functionality for the radio buttons is also coded here to get the text boxes related to the derived classes to show up when they are needed. The purpose of this step is to prepare the application to accept data. Watch. The second step in creating our application, we'll find in our Inheritance Demo Part 2, we're going to create the code environment. To do that, we need to set up the vehicle class. We want to set up all the classes and put those things in place, along with the car class, the truck class, the SUV class, and then we want to set up our structure. So we're going to be having that thing in place on our program, so we've got that in place. And our vehicle list. And we've got a couple of variables that we want to use, the record count and the string vehicle type. With setting up the radio buttons, we want to set it up so that if we're working on a car, we're only going to receive the car data, the doors, for example. If the truck has been pressed, we want to be able to see simply the drive, four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, as allowable to be entered into that particular position. And if it's an SUV, we want to be able to enter the number of passengers we're actually putting in there. So we're going to be using the check change event, which you see on the side here, and I actually have another slide for it that can show it. That we're actually going to be showing that if our car is checked, we're going to be showing the drive and passenger panels to be false. The visibility is going to be false on them, but the doors will be true. And the same thing with the property pieces on the labels down there. The panel property drive, panel property passenger will be false as well, and the property doors will be true. We're also going to have a clear input data and a clear output data method, which will wipe out the data from the text boxes and the labels, so we can enter another data. We can enter more data as we're going along this thing and make this a continuous process as we're working with it. The truck is the same thing, except in this case, the truck drive is visible and the other two panels are false, labels as well. The property drive is visible, false. SUV, the passengers is visible, the other two panels are false. Property passengers visible, other two are false. And again, we clear input data, output data. So that allows us to display the data so that we're looking at the data we need for the type of vehicle we're trying to enter. The clear input data is going to do nothing more than basically take all of our text boxes and white them out. Doors, drive, make, model, mileage, passenger, price. And we're going to set the focus on the make so that the user is ready to start typing in at the make piece. The clear output data clears all the labels. So you see the label doors, drives, make, mileage, model, passenger, and text are all cleared at this point as well. So we're actually putting, that's all there is to basically setting that piece up. We're also using a form load. That form load is going to set the user up at the text box for make and set that focus up there. It's clearing it and setting it up there. So he's ready to go. So let's put those pieces in place. To start with, we're going to create the vehicle class. So we'll add a class. We'll call it vehicle. And what we'll put inside the vehicle class is a constructor, make, model, mileage, and price, and the properties, the gets and sets for the properties. And that's all we need to do to make this thing happen. We'll also go ahead and create the car class. We'll name it car. We'll set up the constructor and the properties, but we're also going to have to take this cars right here and add a colon to it and put in vehicle. What that does, it tells us we're going to have the car class, which is going to be based on the vehicle class. So all those other properties that are inside the vehicle class are going to be part of the car class. And we're going to include the doors here. That's all we need there. We'll do the same thing with truck, add our class. call it truck. Create the constructor and the property. And since it's based on the vehicle class, vehicle. That puts a truck in place. And finally, we add the sports utility. Sport utility, add it. It gets created. It also is based on vehicle. And that takes care of our classes. We now have the sports utility, the truck, the car class, and the vehicle class all sitting up in along with our Form 1 design. We now need to set up our structure. We'll go in our form design and we'll go ahead and into the code, which right now doesn't have much in it. Under the form, we're going to add two variables, the record count and the STR vehicle type. We're going to need the STR vehicle type, not for the classes so much, but for the spreadsheet we're going to be creating. Because when we grab data and put it in a list, based on the class we're using, we want to be able to identify what particular type of data we're actually keeping there. Car, truck, SUV. So we can use CT and S to hold that data. We're then going to create the structure. The structure looks like this. We'll call it vehicles, and it's going to have all the pieces we're actually going to be saving from our classes: type, make, model, mileage, price, drive, doors, and passengers. And they're all going to be strings. Even though we're collecting numerical data, integers and doubles, I think with price and with passengers, we're going to be storing it as a string so it can be output to our spreadsheet as a string. T will be truck, C will be car, S will be SUV for the type, and the rest of it is going to be based on what is inside the classes. We also want to create the list. And we'll call list vehicles, vehicle list, new vehicle list, where this is going to create the list for us and put it in place. We'll go to our form and click on each radio button to create the check change event. For the car class, we click on it and we get red car check change event. What's it going to do? It's going to take those panels and make them invisible unless it's the one we're using. We're also going to have clear input data and clear output data sitting in there, so we'll put those methods in together shortly. We'll go back to our form, click on the truck, create its check change event, lay that in place. Again, SUV, put our code in there for that. Our panels are going to be, we're also going to set those things as invisible as we look at those things. If we go after you look at the form design, we can look at the drive one right, actually this panel right here, and look at it, and we can see that its visible property is false in the case of the drive. We go back, send it to the back here, and we can look at the doors and the visibility. It happens to be true for the doors, and we go ahead and send that to the back and look at our passengers panel, and we can see the visibility property is false on that thing. So what we're doing here with our radio buttons on the check change event is turning on the panel we need to work when we're actually putting in that data. We'll go ahead and create our clear input data. And we do that by putting spaces or nulls in all the text boxes and setting our focus to the make. We're also going to create the clear output data. In this case, all the labels are set there. I want to actually make a capital for the clear input data here, capital C. So it matches that. So where clear output data is looking wrong here, we're getting an error here. Why? Clear output data. Yeah, they're all wrong. Yeah, missing a T. That fixes that up. Okay, that's in place. We want to go here to our form load and double click on it so we have a form load button going. In form load, we're going to clear out the text box, make, and then put our focus there so we're actually sitting on it. The only thing left really is our design. We need to make sure that these tab indexes are correct. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at the tab index on all these things. And our tab index for the make is sitting at a 28. Model, 29. Mileage, 30. Price, 31. That's fine. We're going to then set our dry, or we're going to look at our doors first. And our doors are sitting at a 5, tab index of 5, which is fine. Passengers is sitting at 6. Oh, is the drive? And drive is sitting as 7. Create object is a 70. We want to set this as a 1. I want this to be the first place it goes. We want this to be a 2. This needs to be a 3. This needs to be a 4. This needs to be a 5. Oops, I want the door to be 5. I'm sorry. That guy probably does stay 7. There's the door. It's a 5. That's probably the problem. Yeah, I think I just send it back. Our passenger is going to be 6. It looks fine here. Let's give that a shot now. Try it. Save all. Text. Tab, 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 tab. No, it's still going down there. Why? And there. Exit. We don't have that. 1, 2, 3, 4. The panel also needs to be that. But we know that this panel is going to be a 6. This one's going to be a 5. Passengers are going to be a 7. Let our door come up first. There we go. Do a save. Start it. Put some data in. It's working just fine. Went right to doors and did our thing. We'll hit this. And of course, one of the things set to go up here, but we would actually go up and bounce back up to this guy, the make and model. So it's now working correctly. Okay. So you want to get that in place. You want to make sure that your tabs are running properly when you actually do it. This, of course, is going to change. We can do it now again. Try it with the drive, and indeed it does do that for the drive, so it's working just fine. Give the SUV a shot here. Looks like our functionality is working fine. So that's great. That works just fine for us. We'll save this thing, and we're ready to go here. With the form now working correctly and the classes in place, the next step is to actually write code to enter our data. That's our next step. Thanks for watching. Visit the website when you get a chance, and please subscribe to the channel. There's more stuff coming every week. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.